Hello, good morning everybody. Welcome to Panda Sir's virtual class on statistics, student of class 11 commerce. So today we are going to discuss yet another statistical tool which is called measure of dispersion. So before going to the actual method how to calculate measure of dispersion, we must understand what is measure of dispersion and why it is important to learn measure of dispersion. So two questions before going to the actual tool. What is measure of dispersion and why we should know how to calculate measure of dispersion. So students, remember in our last videos we are well versed, well equipped, well informed about the methods how to calculate averages or measure of central tendencies like arithmetic mean, median and mode, and that also in three different types of series, that is individual series, discrete series and continuous series, including three different methods like direct method, shortcut method and step deviation method. So when we are going to calculate measure of dispersion, always we first need to calculate the mean, means arithmetic mean. Hence all the techniques that we have learned to calculate arithmetic means will be handy here, will be required here. That's why you must keep in your mind, you must be well informed about how to calculate arithmetic mean in three different series using three different methods, because all those things we will require here to find arithmetic mean, and after finding arithmetic mean only we will be able to calculate the measure of dispersion. So now come to the basic question. What is measure of dispersion? So by definition we can say that measure of dispersion is a technique in which we know how different values in the series are deviated from the average or arithmetic mean. That means how much different values differ from the average or the central tendency or the arithmetic mean. In order to make it more clear, just see this example. We have got three different series here. In the first series we have got 4 values, in the second series we have got 6 values, and in the third series we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. And just consider these are three individual series and try to find out the arithmetic mean. You know very well how to find arithmetic mean in an individual series. We need to first find the sum of the values, and here in the first series the sum of value is 60, in the second series the sum of values is 90, and in the third series the sum of values is 75. And when we try to find out the arithmetic mean, 60 divided by 4 equal to 15. Hence the average or arithmetic mean of the first series is 15. Here we need to divide 90 by the number of observation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 90 by 6, that is 15. Here also we found the measure of central tendency, that is arithmetic mean, is 15. And the same way in the third series also what we find is that the average is 15. Now come to the actual point. We have got three different series having different values, and what we found is that the average or arithmetic mean of all the three series are equal. But when we actually see that the difference of different values from the average, that means the difference of first value 12 from the average, the difference of second value from the average, third value from the average, fourth value from the average, that is called the difference of different values of a series from the average. We find here in the first series, the difference is minimum from the average. In the second series, the difference is a little wider than the first series, and in the third series, the difference is much wider than the average value 50. Hence, it is not the average that gives us a clear picture of the series. Just like per capita income. Per capita income is an average, and that doesn't give us a clear picture of income inequality. That means, what is the difference of the income of each and every individual of an economy from the average income, that is per capita income. And here we find measure of dispersion is quite an important tool to understand the income inequality or to understand the actual difference of different values from the arithmetic mean or the average. So now I think you are quite clear about what is measure of dispersion, and while calculating measure of dispersion, we can calculate it in two different ways. We can calculate its absolute value and we can calculate its relative value. So I am trying to make you understand what is the difference between absolute value and relative value. So when the value is expressed in terms of unit or number, it is called absolute value, and when the value is expressed in terms of a fraction or percentage, it is called relative value. Just see this example. Suppose you ate 2 chocolates out of 4 chocolates. So if I say that I eat 2 chocolates out of 4, this is I am expressing in absolute value. But 2 out of 4 is nothing but 50% or 1/2 of the total. So if I express the same thing in terms of I ate 50% of the total chocolate, or if I say I ate half of the total chocolate, then this expression 50% or half is called relative value. So this is the difference between absolute value and relative value. And measure of dispersion, actually if you go by Radha Bahuguna book, you will find that there are different ways to find measure of dispersion. Some are easier and some are little difficult. Like you can find range, you can find interquartile deviation or quartile deviation, you can find mean deviation, and you can find standard deviation. All 4 tools measures the dispersion in the series or the difference of the average from the values. But because your syllabus has been reduced this year, so only one technique we will discuss, that is standard deviation, the most scientific and the most accurate measure of dispersion made popular by statistician Karl Pearson. It is also called Karl Pearson's method of calculating measure of dispersion. And the name is standard deviation, and it is expressed with this sign. A little bit clockwise turned 6. So now we will see how to calculate measure of dispersion, that is standard deviation of a series. So when we are calculating standard deviation, it is absolute value, and when we are calculating coefficient of standard deviation, if the word coefficient is joined, then it refers to the relative value. So first we will see this. We have got a series, the serial number, an individual series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items are there, and the marks of 5 students, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This is the individual series we have, and we are going to calculate measure of dispersion, that is standard deviation of this series. Obviously, because we have to calculate standard deviation from arithmetic mean itself, that's why the first job we have to do is to calculate the arithmetic mean, and in order to calculate arithmetic mean, we have got number of observation, that is n is 5, and sum of values, that is summation x, it is 50. So dividing sum of all the values by number of observation, that is 50 divided by 5 equal to 10. Hence, in this series, in this individual series, the arithmetic mean is 10. Now, how to find standard deviation first? In order to find standard deviation, we need to find d first, small d. And what does it mean? Small d means the difference between x, that is the value, minus the x bar, that is the arithmetic mean. So here, in the first case, the value is 6 and the arithmetic mean is 10. So 6 minus 10 equal to minus 4, 8 minus 10 equal to minus 2, 10 minus 10 equal to 0, 12 minus 10 equal to 2, and 14 minus 10 equal to 4. And remember, we don't have to ignore the negative and positive sign. We have to consider them differently. But the problem is solved when we are making the square of d. That is, square of minus 4 is 16, square of minus 2 is 4, square of 0 is 0, 2 is 4, and 4 is 16. And we have to find the sum of d square, that is 40. Now quite easy. Simply put the answer and put the formula and get the answer. So first of all, how to calculate standard deviation? This is standard deviation. You can write in either way. SD you can write, or simply you can put this mark. That refers to standard deviation. So standard deviation is calculated using this formula, summation d square upon n and total square root. So the summation d square is 40 upon n, number of observation is 5, and total square root, that is 40 divided by 5 equal to 8, square root of 8 equal to 2.83. Hence, the standard deviation, which is a measure of dispersion of this individual series having 5 observation, is 2.83. Quite easy. So this is how we can find or calculate standard deviation, which is a measure of dispersion in an individual series. So this is absolute value, standard deviation. So when we are coming to relative value, we have to find coefficient of standard deviation, that is CSD. And the formula used to calculate coefficient of standard deviation is standard deviation upon x bar, that is arithmetic mean. So standard deviation we calculate already, 2.83. Hence 2.83 divided by 10, because 10 is the x bar, that is arithmetic mean, we are getting 0.283. Hence 0.283 is the coefficient of standard deviation, which is a relative measure of dispersion, and 2.83 is the standard deviation which is an absolute measure of dispersion. So this is how we can calculate standard deviation, a measure of dispersion in individual series. So here, see, while calculating, we need to find arithmetic mean, and arithmetic mean of an individual series can be found in 3 different ways. Using direct method, what we have done here. Next, using shortcut method, and using step deviation method. So, the remaining process are same, using the same formula, but we need to find if you are asked to calculate standard deviation using shortcut method or using step deviation method, then only arithmetic mean should be found using those different methods. And once you find the arithmetic mean, the remaining process is same. So this is about how to calculate standard deviation in an individual series. So in our next video, we will shift to we will discuss about how to calculate standard deviation in your discrete series and in continuous series. All 3 types of series using all 3 methods. So for today, thank you and have a nice day. If you are getting any problem, Please call me and ask me your doubt.